Whoa, that Zenny guy made a video praising Cold War? Damn, I wonder what he thinks about Modern Warfare 2.
Hey, Activision!
Please! I'll give you anything you want! I'll remaster World at War! We'll get rid of the Battle Pass! I'll even suck you!
Hey everyone! Just give me 1 sec.
Another day, another dollar, ladies and gents, and would you look at that, Activision is charging 70 of these bad boys for a game that is such a mix of good and bad you could honestly mistaken it for a box of Cadbury's assorted nuts. Because why the fuck are there so many cashews? My relationship with Call of Duty is kind of like that of an abusive relationship between my ass cheeks and satay sauce. I know it's not good for me, but I can't help but consume it, only to act surprised later when it gives me the shits. Now that's not to say that there isn't a lot to love about Modern Warfare 2. No, not that one. No, that's not to say there isn't a lot to love about Modern Warfare 2. No, guys, just the one that was released. Now that's not to say there isn't a lot to love about Modern Warfare 2 2022. But when I tell you that this game has the logical consistency of a drug-induced wet dream, you best believe me. But enough telling you. It's about time that I start showing you. In today's video, we're going to take a deeper look at Modern Warfare 2 to discuss everything from the story, the characters, and even its plot holes. Welcome to the first video of 2023, bitch. This is a critical view of Modern Warfare 2. Oh fuck, dude, that rhymed. I didn't even mean for that. I've spoken before about how important a game's opening can be when it comes to gripping its audience. Fail to hook us within the first 2 hours and we'll move on to more impactful games like Fortnite or Sex with Hitler 2. However, it seems as though Activision got the wrong idea, as instead of having a single, gripping opening leaving us with a taste of what's to come, the game opens up twice with a random get wrecked moment showing the bombing of a convoy, and then the actual start of the game where the stakes are presented to the player. And would you believe it, this random act of violence here single-handedly ruins a vast majority of this game's plot. This is actually the reason why I'm making this video, because it amazed and impressed me how well this game managed to fuck itself over within the first 3 minutes. But before I can go to town on this game, let's set the scene. We open with Laswell, a CIA agent, informing General Shepard that the Iranian general/terrorist Hassan Zyani is planning an attack on the US after the assassination of the previous general of Iran at the hands of Ghost and Philip Graves. That was the opening I referred to as being a tad fucky. You gain intel that Hassan is heading to Al-Mazrah and your mission is to meet him halfway and put him down, only to barely miss him and discover that somehow Hassan's army has their hands on ballistic missiles. American ballistic missiles. This will end up driving the plot for the rest of the game as you try and hunt Hassan down and find out the truth. How did Hassan get his hands on American missiles? It's a fantastic mystery that allows you to truly let your curiosity get the better of you. And where credit is due, the 3-minute opening does serve a very important and clever purpose. The opening where you blow up the convoy is purely spectacle, and that's not actually a bad thing, as the ballistic missile that was used to destroy the convoy is the same kind found being held by Hassan's forces. Now, you have a visual understanding of how dangerous this situation actually is, because you've seen them being deployed out in the field. It's quite clever. However, this ballistic bomb strike, while being mesmerizing and a clever way of adding agency to the story, is also what ends up fucking things up later in the story. Or, to be more specific, it makes all of our characters look like fucking idiots. To be honest, the story of ballistic missiles being in the hands of the terrorists is really cool, but that can't make up for how brain dead a lot of the characters and writing is throughout the game. In one mission, you have the Mexican cartels working with Hassan, trying to smuggle him over into America for a mysterious and unknown reason, only for him to nearly kill you and escape. Oh no, the terrorist is in America. This will surely lead to some crazy action, as he could be anywhere amongst the populace. Oh man, that's gonna be so cool. Anyway, the next mission has Hassan back in fucking Mexico and you're trying to hunt him down again. Why did he smuggle himself into America only to then run the fuck back over into Mexico? He only got half a mile into the US, so if he just turned around and jumped over the fucking wall again, how the fuck did the Mexican special forces lining the wall that you literally pulled up with not spot him? When trying to capture the head of the cartel for questioning, Soap, being one of the playable characters, gives himself up to the cartel and gives them intel on who it is they're going up against to earn their trust. Let me reiterate that Soap, the man that's been killing the Mexican cartel, goes to the Mexican cartel, gives them intel that only someone who was killing the cartel could possibly fucking know, whilst wearing his British Army colors, whilst also demanding a meeting with the head of the cartel, and they just don't suspect a thing and make you one of them in the span of a 5-minute conversation. When you finally take the head of the cartel in for questioning, she refuses to give you information that at this point will prevent 2 ballistic missiles crashing down on American soil. And instead of, oh I don't know, torturing her for the information, you make a deal that results in Washington almost getting obliterated. Now, Zenny, that's insane. These characters don't do that sort of thing. I apologize for the voice. I mean, yeah, you're right. It's not like that in the game before this one, you shoot a man's kneecaps off and threaten his family with a gun for a person's location and the location of a threatening weapon, which is like this exact situation. Doing the same here would be fucking ridiculous. I mean, it's not like she's a treasonous terrorist that after reading the laws of the Mexican capital punishment will be put to death anyway. So why not get the information out of her? What? You afraid she might die? Now, a lot of you might rightfully so be shocked as to why I just expect the main characters in this game to be totally fine with war crimes and acts of war. What could have possibly given me the idea that this was that kind of game? Because of the fucking opening, you idiot! I'm not twisting my words here. I told you that the opening fucked everything up, and here's why. Playing as Ghost, you spot the general of Iran and Russians making an arms deal in Syria. Not America, Syria. You deal with this by blowing everyone the fuck up, and ladies and gentlemen, that is an act of war. At this point in time, the United States that you are working under are not at war with Iran or Russia, meaning this is a completely legal trade of goods, and you just blow them up under the guidance of the CIA for fucking no reason. Now, my issue in the context of the game isn't that this is wrong and you shouldn't have done that. You're a dark elite unit of soldiers working under the CIA, and you do a lot of fucked up shit. And it's actually interesting to see the conflict of the game start due to the actions of the CIA. My issue isn't with the characters doing something wrong, it's that from this point on, they fucking stop. You're willing to blow up hundreds of non-enemy combatants for the lols, but you aren't willing to do shady shit behind the scenes to save the fucking country? Bullshit. Fuck you. You wanna know what makes this even worse? You know what would be insane? Is if you actually captured Hassan in the first half of the game and just let him go. Wouldn't that be insane? Wouldn't that be insane? Anyway, in the first half of the game, you capture Hassan and you let him go because detaining him would be illegal.
Are you taking the fucking piss?
I want this bastard in permanent custody or looking up at the goddamn grass.
General, killing Hassan is an act of war. Keeping him is illegal. Right now, he is too hot to hold.
Killing the general of Iran is an act of war, which is not something that you want. Meanwhile, the game opened with you killing the general of Iran, which is an act of war and something that you definitely wanted.
Actually, let me finish this.
There's nothing I would like more. But Laswell's right.
Without proof, we need to turn him loose, see where he leads us.
You're right. Without proof, you can't hold him. Proof like, oh, I don't know, finding ballistic missiles in his fucking garage. This whole scene works perfectly and is a heartbreaking defeat if this opening scene didn't exist. The story about the Iranians having their hands on American missiles is still an engaging story without the background cliff note that Hassan is the second general instead of the first. The game actually works better when it's a battle against those who are willing to cross a line that your team struggles to stay behind. Cross those lines and you're just as bad as the terrorists. That would have been a really intriguing dynamic, but instead you're left baffled and confused on why all of a sudden the team known for taking their gloves off are wearing oven mitts. The game works better without this opening, because then there's no contradictories of what you can and can't do. And you want to know something? It gets worse. I have to give a little bit of context for this one. How did Hassan get American missiles? While the US isn't at war with Russia, the Middle East was. General Shepard illegally and off the books hired a contracted armed force known as Shadow Company, run by Philip Graves, that guy from the opening, to ship 3 ballistic missiles for the cause. However, Russians infiltrated the convoy, killing everyone and taking the missiles. The missiles were Shepard's fuck up, and that's why he wants you to find the missiles and cover everything up. Now, what's so funny about this situation is that Shepard is not okay with arresting Hassan, and he does not give you the order to torture the cartel leader for information that could potentially save the country. He is not willing to kill or hurt terrorists. But he is willing to kill you and the whole team using Shadow Company in the hopes of killing the last loose ends, despite there still being one missile out there that you don't know the fucking location of. Better point, Shepard makes Graves turn on you despite you literally knowing nothing of Shepard's illegal actions at this point. They just turn on you for General Shepard is willing to kill you and all the main characters off to cover up everything before he is willing to kill Hassan and El Sonombre, the 2 only people that know about his fuck up. Don't kill them, kill the guys stopping them.
Stop! Don't kill me!
The story is a bit of a mess, but the thumbnail of this video says masterpiece or trash. And I don't want to end this video purely on negativity, so let's go through some of the good that this game manages to pull off. Whilst the story does resemble a diagnosis of bipolarism, there are some nice details that are sprinkled in, hinting at who is behind everything. Whenever there's a chance of you finding out that Shepard was behind the missiles getting into Hassan's hands, Shepard always gives you conflicting orders that subtly hinder you from realizing it was him.
Iran is in possession of American missiles.
American missiles in AQ's hands.
Hassan has been passing out our ballistic missiles like it's fucking Halloween, and we didn't know about it?
Gives Iran plausible deniability.
Oh, deniability my ass. Iran's all over this. I want to know how many they have and where they intend to use them.
Give my team 2 hours with those missiles, sir. I will know everybody who's ever breathed on them.
Negative. I want them destroyed.
General, there's valuable intel there.
This is an intelligence failure, Laswell. It's not going to be a tactical one. There will be 500 enemy soldiers on that site by sunrise. We need a win fast. Gold Eagle Actual to Ghost. Move your team and call for fire. I want those weapons destroyed.
Who'd you get American missiles from?
I don't care who they're from. I want to know where they're going.
When both Philip Graves and Shepard fully turn on you, their names change color to signify that they've actually turned on you.
No one needs to get hurt here.
Are you threatening us?
Soldier, I don't make threats. I make guarantees. So let's not do this.
I'm calling Shepard.
General Shepard sends his regards.
To do good, you've got to do some bad. When we shit, we bury it. That's how it works.
Yeah. We don't bury each other with it, do we?
You need to turn off that side of your head and face down the real enemy.
You need to call off your shadow.
Graves?
Yeah.
He's a dog with a bone, and I highly recommend you don't try and take it.
In my Cold War video, I praised the game for having large segments where you are unarmed and you have to use your wit and strategize a means of getting out of a situation alive. And they brought that element back with many missions offering you no firearm and a crafting system designed for you to use your environment and items around you to overcome all odds. The final segment of the game actually implements this, which is really fun. It was a tad annoying that the game forced you to fail in order to have Ghost snipe Hassan by a window, but the fact that they took away your gun in the final fight of a Call of Duty game was ballsy, and I have to respect that. And this might actually be the first Call of Duty lineup where I'm looking forward to seeing specific characters again. Price, Gaz, Soap, and Ghost have a lot of fun banter throughout the game, and it really helps this group stand out among the rest of forgettable characters we've had throughout this franchise.
You there yet, Sergeant?
Bloody hell, Laswell. It's a long way.
We didn't all run cross-country in college, Kate.
I still run, John. Just gotta stop smoking.
5.
Piss you can do math, sir.
You getting cheeky, I am.
Nah, it's taking the piss, Captain.
Got to laugh while we still can.
Stay on point, boys.
Yes, Mom?
Don't mum me. Remember, I can still outrun you.
2 goldfish are in a tank.
Go on.
One turns to the other and says, "You know how to drive this thing." Little army humor.
Very little.
Another.
I got one for you.
Let's hear it.
Why was the strawberry crying?
Why?
Because he was in a jam.
Not bad. We could do this all night.
That's what I'm afraid of.
The graphics are beautiful and the shooting feels better than ever. But for fuck's sake, Activision, whoever is designing the layout of your multiplayer maps, please put them down. Modern Warfare 2, whilst extremely flawed in its moral approach to conflict, does still deliver a mystery that grips you from start to end. And with a no Russian tease featuring Captain Price in the end credit scene, you can guarantee I'll be there for the next one. Let's just fucking hope they can stick the landing this time. If you enjoyed this video, you have to subscribe. Not should subscribe, you have to, because this is a threat. And if you really want to prevent the end of your family's bloodline at my hands, or you're maybe just generous, be sure to pledge $2 a month on my Patreon for exclusive videos for patrons, behind the scenes features, up to a week early viewing of videos, a Patreon's only chat on my Discord, link in the description, spontaneous invitations to board game nights, and even your name in the end credit scenes of this video. And stick around for the post credit scene of this video, you assholes, okay? I work really fucking hard on them and a lot of you don't even know that they exist. All of this for just $2 a month. And that was a critical view of Modern Warfare 2. Brother in Christ, that's the wrong one!
Sullivan.
Reporting for duty, General.
I was notified of a disturbance in the neural tether.
That is correct, sir.
And yet instead of you dealing with the situation, you decided to drag me halfway across the universe to have me here in person. Why?
Not only is the subject's motor skills reactivating, General, but the subject's memory banks are also regenerating at an alarming rate, which I fear...
Then wipe his memories and reboot the simulation like we have done many times before. Ion and his spies are looking for any reason to have me demoted, and at the peak of their curiosity, you drag me to the scene of my crimes, to tell me something that we have protocols to deal with. Deal with this situation immediately.
I would not request your eyes if I did not have something for you to see, General. There is a second entity in the simulation.
What?